What's up guys, it's your girl Trish. Welcome back to my channel. I am back with another video, and as you can tell from the title what I'm about to talk about. So a lot of you guys have been requesting for me to talk about my labor and delivery, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I did promise in a couple videos back that I was gonna do a vlog, but unfortunately I didn't get to do a vlog because of just how everything went down. So I didn't get to do a video, a vlog. However, I do have little clips of what happened, parts of what happened, not what happened entirely, but parts of what happened. So I'm gonna insert some of those clips, like one or two of those clips, just so you guys can see like footage of the actual day, and then I'm just gonna like explain like what was going on in that video. So yeah, with that being said, let's start talking about what happened. So guys, for anybody that doesn't know, this is my first baby, and I must say that he is a blessing, and I do not regret having him at all. But I will tell you, like, the whole journey for me was a whole experience, like a whole different experience. It was nothing like what I've heard people talking about. Like, it's nothing like my pregnancy was not the dream pregnancy. Like, oh, you just like, throw up once in a while and then you're fine, and like, it was nothing like that. I was sick for like 3 months straight. Like, I had a really bad morning sickness. I was hospitalized and everything. So like, it was crazy for me. And I worked my whole pregnancy basically. I worked up until the week before I gave birth. So yeah, I did good there. However, I did have to call in a couple times because I was just so sick. Like, I couldn't eat anything at one point, period. Like, I just couldn't eat anything at all. But then I got prescribed these pills called Diclesius. So for anybody that's having really bad morning sickness watching this video right now, I don't know, Diclesius is really good. Like, it helps reduce the nauseousness and the nausea, and it'll allow you to get a couple of nutrition down, some stuff that you actually like or used to eat prior to your pregnancy. So you could talk to your doctor about that, about Diclesius. Okay. So moving forward, so like, when I entered my second trimester, I was still sick, but not sick to the like, crazy sick. I used to throw up like, once in a while, but nothing crazy like the first trimester. The first trimester for me was a killer. Like, I thought I was gonna die straight up. Like, I was like, oh my god, like, I can't believe like this is gonna be the death of me and everything. Like, I was like panicking all the time because like I wasn't expecting like, morning sickness to be that bad. Like, throwing up like 5-6 times for the day. Like, girl, it's crazy. Whatever, I passed all of that, thank God. And I was able to start eating stuff that I liked in the second trimester onward throughout the rest of my pregnancy. I did vomit every once in a while, but nothing compared to like my first trimester. Like, I'm telling you, my first trimester was really bad. However, he wound up coming, I had a boy, so he wound up coming 2 weeks early. So he was due in May 15th. He came April 24th. So like I said, I worked up until a week before I had him. So I took off my work. My last day of work on the 17th of April, and I had him the 24th, so literally a week before. So the morning of when I found out that my water broke, like, I was randomly just chilling, like, I woke up, I took a shower, and I was like, babe, like I was to my boyfriend, I was like, something don't feel right. Like I feel okay, but like something doesn't feel right. Like I feel like I'm gonna have the baby. And he's like, what made you say that? I was like, I don't know. Like I'm just having a feeling like he's gonna come. And he was like, nah, you're just like about to turn 37 weeks tomorrow. Like what are you saying? I was like, yeah, but he's still considered full term if he does come 37. So like it'll be good anyways. But I had this odd feeling, like something just didn't feel right. Like it felt like I was just gonna have him. Like I just knew. Because prior to all of this, like the day before, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna wash out all his clothes and stuff. So I started washing all his clothes and, you know, packing them up. And then the morning that I went to the hospital, I was like, okay, I'm gonna pack his bag, because I had not packed his bag just because like we was waiting for our new washer and dryer to come in. So I was like, I don't want to pack anything unless like they're washed. So I was waiting for the washer to come. So the washer and dryer literally came the day before I went to the hospital. Guys, like how ironic is like everything like is happening, like what? So I was like, wow. So then like I noticed, like after I took a shower in the morning, I noticed like I started having like these little wet spots in my underwear, and I was like water spots, almost like kind of like I peed myself a little bit, but it wasn't like a great amount. So I was like, oh wow, like I don't understand this, because like I'm like, I don't feel myself peeing. So I was like, you know what, let me just put on a panty liner. So I went ahead and put on a panty liner, and then like while I was like, you know, talking to my boyfriend, I was like, babe, I feel like he's coming. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna like go ahead and like start packing our hospital bags and stuff. So we were there picking out his clothes and like, you know, what we want him to wear the first day and whatever. So I was packing his bag, like I felt a little gush, and I was like, nah, this don't feel right. So I was like, no babe, like something is happening. So I called my mom and I was like, Mom, I feel this happening, like, you know, what's going on? And she was like, oh, it could be your water, like, you know. And I was like, yeah, but it's like slimy and whatever. Apparently that was my mucus plug that had fallen out. So after that, like I noticed this was all happening. This started happening at like 11 o'clock in the morning, but like it didn't get to the extreme until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I was like, oh my god. So my boyfriend, he started to get ready for work, but I was like, babe, you can't go to work because like I'm about to have this baby. So he's like, are you having contractions? I was like, no, I'm not having no contractions. I'm not feeling no pain, no nothing at all. Like I'm like, I was happy. I was just like so giggly and everything. Like I was happy. It was just that I was having water come out of me. So then I went in the bathroom, and that's weird. Like it started dripping really hard, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm really about to have our baby. Like, so then I went and took another shower because I was like, okay, I'm about to go to the hospital now. So I took a shower and everything, and we got ready, and we went to the hospital. We got to the hospital at around like 4 in the afternoon. Yeah, because like I'm telling you, I wasn't having no contractions, so I wasn't really on no rush to really get there. So we had stopped at the store and everything. I wish I had stopped to get food, but because when I got there, I found out that like, you know, I can't eat anything. So I was like, wow. So because I wasn't having any contractions or anything, so they had to induce me. So they gave me Pitocin to like make the contractions come. So I'm like sitting and, you know, just there waiting for the medicine. I'm gonna insert a clip right here. So yeah, so that's just me like waiting, and I've just gotten to the hospital. Like, you know, they're checking me to make sure that my water broke, and like, you know, they set me up on the monitor, put the monitor on my stomach and stuff. So monitor the baby's heart rate and one to monitor contractions and stuff. Although I wasn't having any. But for when we fast forward to actual labor, so and delivery, whatever. So they had a monitor for the baby's heartbeat, to monitor the baby's heart and to monitor contractions. So we went into the labor and delivery room at around like 5 that evening. 5, yeah. An hour after I got the Pitocin, like I started like, you know, feeling the contractions. I got my contractions in my back, so I was like, oh my god, like I've never, guys, like I've never felt anything so painful. Like I'm telling you, like labor is no joke, period. Like no joke. Not to scare anyone, but it really hurts, you guys. Like it hurts so bad. And I was just there, like, you know, trying to, like, you know, fight it out, because at first, like, I signed up, I had requested for pain relief medicine because I didn't want to get the epidural. So I was there, you know, taking the pain medicine. At first, when I first gotten it, like, it worked. It knocked me out right away. Like, as soon as it was inserted into my IV, like about like a minute, 2 minutes after, like I started getting mad drowsy. Like I was so drowsy. Like I was talking and I was like I just like, I don't know, like I couldn't talk. Like I was fighting to keep my eyes open. I was like, babe, it's like, he was like, just go to sleep, babe. Like, you know, just don't fight the medicine and stuff. And I was like, oh my god, like this is working. Because like I didn't feel any pain. I was like, oh my god, yes, I don't have to get the epidural. So I was like, yeah, I was so excited. But then it wore off and I was like, dang. And then I got another dosage 4 hours later. Guys, this dosage did absolutely nothing at all. And I'm telling you, I started having contractions from 5 o'clock in the 5 p.m. I started having contractions at 5 p.m. and you would think that I probably, like, you know, dilated a couple centimeters at like 2 in the morning, right? 3 in the morning. Girl, let me tell y'all how when they checked my cervix at 3 in the morning, I was only 2 centimeters. I was like, oh my god, this cannot be real right now. Like, I'm only 2 centimeters, what? And I was like, when am I gonna have this baby? And like, when is this pain gonna end? Because like, if I'm only 2 centimeters dilated, then that means like I have so many more hours to go to like get to 10. And I was like, no, I can't do this. So I was like, you know, I was talking because my mom and my boyfriend was at the hospital with me. So we started talking about, like, you know, taking the epidural, because I was like, I really can't bear the pain. So we all agreed. I was like, we were like, okay, it was not what we initially wanted, but you know, I just couldn't bear the pain, so I wound up getting the epidural. So I got the epidural and it helped, and that was around 3 in the morning, right? So that was 3. So at around like 6 o'clock, they checked my cervix again, and it was at 9 centimeters. I was like, what? I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, that epidural really helps, because like I wasn't even feeling all that contraction, you know, and my cervix had opened up to that amount, and I didn't really feel any excruciating pain because the epidural really worked. So at 7:33 Wednesday, April 24th, I had my baby boy. He was 6 pounds 1 ounce, and he was 18 inches long. When I saw him, guys, like my heart, I just couldn't believe I really gave birth to a whole human being. Like I felt such a joy. Like I never experienced such happiness until like I saw his little face, and he was healthy. He was so perfect, you guys. Like I don't even know. Like he was so perfect. Like thank God. Um, and he made this little cry. It was so cute. And the whole time we was in the hospital, he didn't even cry. Like, and the little cry that he made when he came out, I was like, oh, like like that's my baby. That's my baby. I was like, oh my God. And yeah, so I was super excited. I was really happy that I finally had him and he was healthy. And although he was 2 weeks early, like his weight was okay for me. Like he was 6 pounds and 1 ounce, but that was perfect. I didn't feel any pain pushing him out because like I was so numb from the epidural. Like it really numbed my lower body. So from my waist down was completely numb. I couldn't feel anything at all. So they took him to do his little checkups and stuff, and I had went over to a different unit. That's where they send the moms after delivery. So, guys, this is where the bad experience with epidural start happening. I started having this terrible, excruciating headache. I could not sit up. I couldn't stand. Because like I just started getting this like throbbing headache, and it was throbbing so hard, like felt like somebody was just taking like a fat piece of board and just slapping it in my head, like slapping me. So it turned out that what had happened was they messed up with my epidural, so they went in too deep into my back, which caused a hole in my back, and then from that hole I started leaking cerebral spinal fluid, and it caused me to have what they call a spinal headache. So this headache was really bad. It didn't hurt when you lay down flat on your back. Like I wouldn't have headaches when I laid flat on my back. So I wound up sitting in the hospital for a whole week just because of this headache. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't breastfeed. I couldn't sit up to eat. I couldn't sit up to go to I couldn't stand to go to the bathroom. I really couldn't do anything. Like it was almost like I was like paralyzed, almost, because all I could do was just lay flat on my back because of this terrible headache I was having. And talking about it now is like, it's so crazy because within that moment, like I was so depressed, you guys, like, because I was like, well, I had my baby just so I can't even hold him, because I couldn't hold him. I couldn't sit up to hold him. I couldn't breastfeed him. I couldn't do anything because of this terrible headache that I was having. Like this headache, I'm telling you, was really bad. I'm not trying to exaggerate or anything. Like it was really bad, you guys. So we spoke to the doctors and stuff, and I told them what was happening. So the anesthesiologist, they recommended that I did a blood patch. So I was like, okay. I didn't want to do it at first just because like I was like, oh, you guys are about to go back into my back again. Like I don't want that. So basically what a blood patch is, they take blood from your wrist and they put it in your back. So that is supposed to patch the hole that they had created. And then supposedly that was supposed to get rid of the headache immediately, right? So I was like, okay, I agreed to do the blood patch. And after I did the blood patch, I was like, I don't feel much of a difference. Like I'm still having this headache. And I was like, oh my god, like, am I gonna be like this forever? Because, like, am I not gonna be able to take care of my child? Like, I can't do anything at all. Like, I can't move. The slightest little movement I made towards sitting and standing, like, my head just felt like it was gonna explode. And I was like, oh my god, like, something has to be done. And I wind up getting a second blood patch, you guys. The second one, I did get a little relief for a couple hours after, and they sent me home finally. So when I went home, I was good for the night, but then the next morning, I started having the headache again, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take some pain medicine and see, like, if it'll go away. I noticed, like, the pain medicine is not doing anything at all, and it just started getting worse and worse as the day went on. So I wound up going back to the hospital. When I got there, and after everything was said and done, um, I after everything was said and done, they made me start. They took it as an emergency. So after all this time, like, they're taking me for a joke, basically. So all of a sudden, like, a bunch of doctors rushed into my room, and they're like, apologizing. Well, the anesthesiologist, the director of anesthesia was apologizing because, like, they knew that it was their fault. They had messed up. So she was apologizing, and she scheduled me to get an emergency MRI on my brain. So after everything was said and done, like, we discovered that there was air in my brain. And I was like, okay, so what can be done about that? So they explained to me that this is something that resolved itself, but they weren't sure, like, they could not give a time span of how long I would be feeling the pain before it actually went away on its own. And the second option was to get a tube in my brain to leak this air out. And I was like, what? I was like, so I had a baby a whole week ago, and I am not able to touch him because I can't hold him. I can touch him. So, correction, I'm not able to hold my baby because I can't sit up, I can't stand, I can't anything like that. And now you're telling me that you're gonna have to put a tube in my brain. I was like, great. And you also cannot tell me when this headache is gonna resolve itself. So, guys, like, I was like so devastated. I was like, oh my god. And every time I talk about it, like, I get so emotional, and I'm trying so hard to keep back the tears right now. But, like, I literally felt like I was dying, guys. Like, I felt like I was dying, and after I'd sent the baby home with my boyfriend, like, I'd be in the hospital, and I'd just be so sad because I can't hold him. Like, I can't hold my baby. I went this long, so many months. I waited so many months just to see him, to hold him, to hug him, to kiss him and stuff, and I couldn't do any of that because of this headache. And I was like, wow. So, like, I was praying the whole time, and I was like, God, like, are you really about to let this happen to me, God? Like, are you really about to bless me with this baby just so, like, I'm not fit physically to take care of it? Like, to take care of him, like, God, like, you have to do something. Like, and I started praying. I was like, God, please, like, you have to do something. Please intervene. And thankfully, like, he didn't turn a deaf ear to my prayer. So, I wind up getting discharged, still with the headache, but, because, like, I was like, I'm not going to put no tube in my brain. So I was like, the only option I had was just to wait it out and see how long. So I got home and I'd still have the headaches a little until it gradually went away. It gradually went away, and here I am today. I'm able to sit up and stuff. And my little prince is currently sleeping right now, and that's how I'm making this video, because he's sleeping. But guys, my labor and delivery was a whole experience. Oh my god, like I can't believe I gave birth to this perfect little human being. And guys, he looks so much like his dad. He looks nothing like me. He looks so much like his dad. And he is now 1 month and 2 weeks old. And he's doing so good, you guys. Like, he cries a lot, but like, you know, we all know that's a part of the whole newborn stuff. Apart from that, he's striving so good. Like, he's eating really good. He's not sick. Yeah, he's gaining weight. He's 8 pounds right now. He's 22 inches long, so he's gonna, to me, looks as if he's gonna be a tall guy. But we'll see about that. But yeah, he's doing really good, you guys. And I just wanted to, like, you know, share this with you guys, because I did promise to do a birth vlog, but I didn't get to do it because of, like, you know, all of what happened. Like, the pain was just too much after I got induced, and then the headache, I couldn't follow up with everything, because I could have made a video after I had him, but the headache that I was having, you guys, was beyond this world. I'm telling you, it was beyond me. And I just physically couldn't do it. And like I said, I did manage to do a couple clips, so that's all I could have gotten that day. But shout out to all the moms out there. I have to, like, you know, after this whole experience, I have to say shout out to all the moms, like, because this journey is, like, it's not easy. Like, you know, from pregnancy itself, like, it's just a long road. And I'm just telling you guys, if you're having really bad morning sickness, just to hang in there. Like, you know, will go away. And try to eat whatever you can, drink whatever you can right now. And just hang in there, because at the end of everything, you guys, I'm telling you, you receive your blessing, and it makes up for everything that you went through. Like, my little prince, he made up for all the pain that I felt, for all the nauseousness, for every bad experience that I had. It was worth it, because I got my little prince, and he is so perfect, and I love him so much. I love him so much, you guys. Like, he's just the cutest. Okay, guys, so that basically wraps it up for my labor and delivery story. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you guys, go ahead and subscribe. Like this video, share it, and for anybody that wants to, you know, put in their 2 cents about, for any moms that wants to put in their 2 cents, or anybody that had or knows anybody that had similar experience, and you want to, like, you know, share that, you're welcome to, you know, put it in the comments and stuff. But yeah, that's it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of the day.